Hey there, today we're going to talk about how to select a really great toy for your child. You know, there are so many options out there and so many different things to choose from. I think it just is helpful to have a couple of ground rules as to what it is that you're looking for when you think about things that you're going to buy for your baby and your toddler and your really young preschooler to play with. So here's the first thing I would like to encourage you to do, and that is to think about what can you do with this toy. You know, there's actually, in my opinion, two different kinds of toys out there, and one is a toy that you can just do really one thing with, and that doesn't mean that it's necessarily a bad toy, but it just means that there's really only one thing to do. And so here's an example. You know, you guys know the old see and say, and you point it and then you pull the string and it makes the noise of the animal that it's pointing at. And this is a really fun game. We had these when I was a kid. They've kind of come back out, and we are buying them for our grandkids now. But that's an example of a toy that just has one use. Here's a toy, kind of an oldie but goodie at our house. Many dozens of children have played with this toy, and it is got noises, which I think is probably one of the things that we don't want with all of our toys, but it's good every now and again. But this toy has several different functions. For one, it is a pull toy, and a child can walk and pull it, and as it runs, as it pulls behind you, it makes all these kind of movements and jittery things. It also has shapes and little pieces that you can match the shapes, and they're connected so they don't get lost, which is a nice feature. And then, of course, as you put things in, then the little voice will tell you some things about what you've just done and name the shape for you and stuff. So this is another example of a toy that has several uses, but it's pretty limited as to what it can do. Now, a toy that is just all around great toy is a ball. There are so many different things that you can do with your child with a ball. Balls support a lot of different areas of development. First of all, there's the large motor or gross motor skills that a child needs to have in order to hold a ball and to toss a ball and to catch a ball. All of the things, kicking, those are large muscle movements that all children need to learn and practice, and they love to do every day. And so balls are really great for large motor development. They're also really good for fine motor development, and here's an example of one that you can use with your really young babies, because they can grab this and hold it. Their little fingers will be able to get inside these holes, and they will enjoy looking at this because it's very colorful and really fun. So this is a really good one to get for your little baby, and it will grow older with them to a certain point. They'll get a little bored with it later because it doesn't roll real smoothly. Here's one that is another ball that's really designed for infants and toddlers. It's easy to catch, it's very malleable, you could wash it, it makes a noise. And so this is a good one for really young kids. Now this ball that I showed you before, this is a great one for rolling. As your child is on the floor and you just roll the ball to them, then they can enjoy trying to catch it and then maybe rolling it back to you. This one's good because it's squishy, and so when it gets thrown, which it will get thrown inside the house, it won't hopefully break anything. So balls are a great option because you can do so many things with different balls. Some other open-ended toys might be blocks, any kind of construction toys, baby dolls, that's another really great open-ended toy. Even things like pretend food, that kind of thing, that's a really good open-ended toy. So some of the cognitive skills or intellectual kinds of things that happen when children play with balls. One is there's problem solving. What happens to it when it rolls away? You have to kind of follow it, track it, and see where it goes and go get it. There's also cause and effect. When you throw a ball, it seems like nothing to you and I because we know how to throw a ball, but when you throw it, you have to let go of it at just the right moment in order for it to go. And so kids, it takes them a little while to figure that out. They'll just, throw it down and it won't go anywhere. And then they learn when to release it so that it will get some distance. And of course, little kids love to get a lot of distance when they throw balls. Just watching it roll is a lot of fun, and especially for a little tiny, they will push a ball, and then of course they don't know it's going to roll, and then it starts to roll, and then they have to kind of get on their belly, and it's a really great motivator for learning to crawl. One thing to remember with balls is that there are some pretty small balls out there, and so you all have one of these, a toilet tissue roll, and so just hang on to one of these and have it in a place where you can get it and just use it for testing small things, because anything that will fit through this hole is too small for your infant and toddler to play with. And so this ball, even though it's kind of fun and makes a good noise, I wouldn't give it to a baby or a toddler because it will fit in here and therefore it could choke a baby. And so you don't want to do anything like that. So pick up a ball and play with your baby, play with your toddler. With your youngest babies, you can use a ball just to hold in front of their face and track, see if they can track with their eyes. You can use balls in floor play, and of course going outside and playing with balls is tons of fun. When you play with your child, you are doing so much more than just play. You are building relationship, and you are creating a sense of trust and security in their environment. That is the most important thing that needs to happen in the first couple of years of life. So go find a ball and play with your child.